boys, two dudes making noise, talking about pro wrestling on the podcast. Big up boys, big loony guys, we be throwing down the rhymes, keeping it live, representing the Lone Star State every damn time.
Whoa, what's up, everybody? Welcome to round number 20, round 20. We made it to round 20 of the Ring Rundown. How's it going, SP? What is up tonight, brother?
Not much, man. Just we're fixing to go. We actually just got back from going to seeing from Bastrop, seeing Young Frankenstein put on by the Bastrop Opera House. So
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
No, I've never been. I went to the Austin Playhouse. I've been there a couple times. Diary of a Postman I saw was the play when I first moved to Austin, but I love plays, man. They're so much fun. I've actually been in a few myself. But yeah, so did y'all enjoy it? Good time?
Yeah, man, it was fun. I mean, if you've never have you ever seen the movie Young Frankenstein?
Long time ago. I think I want to say it was a young Ryan Gosling in it, maybe. No, there was somebody in there that I can remember.
No, young Ryan Gosling was young Hercules.
I know that for sure. But and I remember him, the monster,
the Mickey Mouse Club. He was a former Mouseketeer,
and he was on Breaker High. But I used to be a Ryan Gosling fan. But I remember the monster being in the back of the truck, and the guy at the gas station thinking that he was his drunk uncle. When he looked in the back of the truck, I want to say, on Young Frankenstein, and then he ran out of gas. He had to get gas, and he was driving that truck. And then at the end of the movie, you see the Frankenstein walking in the desert like that. I think that's Young Frankenstein, I want to say. Or maybe a different version.
No, this is Mel Brooks's Young Frankenstein. So this is Gene Wilder, Peter Boyle from Everybody Loves Raymond fame.
Maybe not. But there was a Young Frankenstein with... I know, man. I'll send you the link later to like the trailer if I could find it. But I remember seeing it like late at night on the Disney Channel, I want to say. But yeah, so the weight loss still going along?
Still going along. Still able to fit my fat ass into them smaller pairs of shorts that I got. So
there you go, man.
Still pretty excited about that.
Keep up the good work, big dog. All right, so for our first topic is going to be a topic of discussion, and this will be an interesting one. Bad spray tans. He looks like he's almost sunburnt there. Like, I don't know,
Very
like
bad. And
that's so one thing I would never do. I would never get a spray. I've tanned before, like in a tanning bed, back when I was more, fit. But I've never would ever do it. I remember my mom used to get spray tans, and she just looked straight up orange, and then like you'd see like all of a sudden just out of nowhere a drip from nowhere.
But yeah, so I was watching the last AEW pay-per-view, All In, that had MJF versus Will Ospreay for the AEW International title, and just on Will Ospreay's wrist tape is just brown just from wrestling against MJF, and it's spray tan just rubbing off onto Ospreay's wrist tape.
I know why they do it though. They want to look more tan because it accentuates the cuts in their muscles. But
yeah, I get it, but
find a tanning bed. Go stand out in the sun.
It's real noticeable around their hands because it's always darker around where their knuckles are at, and then just like you just see the smudges as well too.
I guess I can understand why they won't go just like stand out in the sun or go to a tanning bed, because I guess they don't want to look sunburnt, because you're gonna have to get sunburnt in a tanning bed. Then after a day or two it becomes dark. So, but I guess you just don't want to have that.
Yeah, so I think what they need to do is go hit up a tanning bed and then just kind of lightly brush the spray tan on, but don't overdo it, because then you're just looking
orange.
Oompa Loompa like. Let's say you should be saying Oompa Loompa doobity doo.
I remember another one that I saw that they said was really, really a spray tanner was Triple H for a while there back in the day. I've seen the Young Bucks make jokes about it, that they would spray tan each other in the back, like on Being the Elite. That's what they would do. I mean, I get the whole
Adam Cole has it every now and then where it's just done really bad, and
I guess it's a rush job or something. Or maybe they're getting themselves real quick, you know. But
something, but
that's one thing I would never do is spray tan because I just feel like it's just runny and just all ugh. I don't think it would feel that great.
yeah. So what I want to ask our viewers out there is, do you prefer the spray tan look? Do you prefer the natural basement tan white, almost looking like Sheamus and a jar of mayonnaise?
That ain't base. That's pasty, bro.
Or okay. So do you prefer see-through Casper or dark Oompa Loompa orange? Almost like a burnt sienna color.
I would hate to see Sheamus go try to stand out in the sun and tan. That dude would burn alive with that pigmentation, bro. That dude, man, can you imagine him going stand out in the sun on a beach, dude? That dude would look like a crawfish, bro. I wonder, does he even go out during the day? I mean, or maybe it's just his genes. Like I don't know, the Irish genes, maybe.
His Irish genes,
yeah, or something. But
who knows? But yeah, that's what I'm just curious about from our listeners out there is. Do you want Casper or do you want burnt sienna orange in your wrestling superstars?
I'd say just hit the tan in bed. Also, let us know, do you spray tan? And what are your experiences with the spray tan?
There you go. That's a perfect question. Yes. Do you spray tan? Do you tan bed? Do you tan out in the sun? Just lay out in your backyard with
your booty hole sticking up?
God,
Gotta tan that booty.
Was it people use olive oil or something like that, or canola oil to kind of help with the tan as well too?
I just heard of tanning lotion. I don't know.
That's like a 90s thing.
That's some old grandma remedy right there. That's some old grandma remedy right there. I ain't trying to canola oil. You go fry yourself. Just rub some pig fat on that, why don't you? But yeah, let us know in the comments.
Yeah, that's what that is. Just like they use certain sections of the states use certain products like it's the cure, like how some people use Robitussin to fix everything. Others it's lard for cooking. Oh, you hungry? I'll make you this fried chicken and coat it just completely in lard. And
right there at Style Switch, right there in Austin, their fries are coated in lard, and they are delicious, son. But yeah. So let us know in the comments. What's up?
Sorry, just a small little segue is I did a mukbang with Mo from Jewboy Burgers, which working on editing that. Gonna try to get that up sometime this week, but had tater tots during that.
I hate tater tots.
Not eating fried food for so long, dude. Like,
I bet your stomach was toe up, son.
It was hurting a little bit, but shout out to Mo. Love you. We'll definitely be back to munch on them delicious burgers and stuff like that. So, but yeah, man, just deep fried foods, man. Just not eating it after so long, and then eating just a little bit.
That's like because I barely fry anything when I'm here at my house. I don't fry nothing really. But when I go back to Louisiana and visit my parents, like in Louisiana, cracklings, everything's fried. Oh, bro, I feel bad for my wife when we're in the vehicle on our way back to Texas. Good God, it tears up my stomach every time. But yeah, so watch with the fried food, people. Grill and bake all the way. Air fryer if needed. Air fryer, that's a life hack.
Got to get a little Ricky Bobby and Cal Naughton Jr. a little shake and then a little
bake.
Shake and bake.
But all right, so moving along, what's our next topic, man?
What do we got next?
Zilla Fatu has been pulled from GCW shows. I didn't even think he was in GC. Last time I heard about this guy, he was over at Reality of Wrestling training.
Nah, he'd been booked for some GCW shows, and then just this past weekend, GCW issued a statement that he's not going to be making that show and has been pulled from all other upcoming shows. They tried to make something work, but it just wasn't happening. So he may be headed to WWE here soon. The
Are
only
they
question
just
is,
are they just gonna have every last member of the Anoa'i family on
it
WWE?
appears that way
They're
because
gonna
I
need their
think they're
own show
planning,
eventually.
because I believe they're planning on having Hikuleo debut here very, very soon. So he
He's
may
already
be
signed.
right. That's what I'm saying, though, is that they're getting really close to him debuting. I think this is what's going to help set up for their Survivor Series. More than likely, I'm thinking Survivor Series is going to be 5-on-5, where you're going to have um, Bloodline OG, Roman, Usos.
I'm thinking they're gonna throw Cody in there personally.
I don't know. They're not going to do Cody, but probably Sami Zayn, and then they may
Yeah,
be pulling Zilla Fatu to Team Roman, OG Bloodline, and then Bloodline 2.0 is going to be Solo, Jacob, Tama, Toa, and then probably Hikuleo.
they need to go ahead. Might as well just go get Sean Valuta in there, the cruiserweight Samoan Anoa'i family member. I don't know if you remember him. He was on 205 Live. He was another member of
Never,
the Anoa'i
never
family.
watched 205 Live.
Yeah, it was Sean Valuta. He was in the cruiserweight classic too. He was another family member. They might as well bring him in there too. But yeah, man, they're gonna need their own damn show. So they're gonna have to do another show just for the dang all the Anoa'i family members. God, that Samoan dynasty is vast. Good God. But hey, the
That
more
it
the
is.
merrier, I guess. I'm here for it.
Yep.
Or maybe do you think he's going to be in NXT? Because I do think, from what I'm hearing, he's still a bit on the green side. He's probably the newest one into the business. So I know like he was starting off and then they sent him down to go train with Booker. So, I mean,
Maybe that's what they've got him doing now is just working there at the performance center, trying to get him ready. Because they're gonna throw him into the big time, into the big pool, and have him see if he's gonna sink or swim. So
yeah. So I guess we'll just have to see. Kind of do the whole Dirty Dom Mysterio thing, throw him in the deep end. Even though they did to get him prepared, I think Rey Mysterio sent Dirty Dom to Canada. He sent him to Canada to train with Lance, Lance Storm. Yeah, that's who trained him. And that's, from what I hear, Lance Storm is probably one of the, other than Booker T, probably one of the best trainers in the world.
oh yeah,
But
I mean, gotta love R-Truth. Hey, have you seen Dom? What about Nick?
oh man, R-Truth is the best. He's a gift that keeps on giving, man. All right, moving on to news about Raw is now moving over to a 2-hour slot rather than the 3.
Yeah, so
I'm not a fan. I like it being 3. That's just me.
So
I'm used to it now.
Since Monday Night Raw is moving to Netflix, the first show does appear to be January 6th, 2025. I believe in LA. Will
Los
be
Angeles.
the official very first Monday Night Raw on Netflix for the time being, and I believe this is just getting ready to start, or it already had this past week. Yes, they are dropping Monday Night Raw down to 2 hours. So, and a lot of people are kind of curious now, as well as myself. Will they be cutting talent? Are they going to kind of get rid of some people since they're going to be losing an hour of TV?
Maybe not. I mean, do you think they're going to extend back to 3 hours once they're on Netflix? Might as well.
Yeah, that's what they're going to be doing. They will be going back to 3 hours once they do debut on Netflix, but until then, it's currently just going to be 2 hours on USA for Monday Night Raw.
But then you also have Saturday Night Main Event, kind of.
But Saturday Night Main Event again that's Saturday night and is going to be on NBC. So, do you think maybe they'll tape Or
'Cause
do you think Saturday night's main event is going to be live?
I don't know about Saturday night main event, but I remember main event was where you saw the wrestlers you didn't normally see on TV. You know, kind of the mid carders, below carders. That's where you saw them. I don't know if that's what they're going to be doing here. Doesn't seem like it. But
I don't believe so, because I believe they've got
Velocity
Cody
too.
Rhodes. I think Cody Rhodes is booked for Saturday night's main event for the first episode.
So, I mean, well, we'll just have to say, I mean, usually they cut everybody at the first of the year after Mania. I mean, like a month maybe after Mania. So, I hope not. But, you know, I never want to see people lose their jobs. But, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me neither. It is WWE. Business is business.
So moving from Monday Night Raw over to SmackDown, they are making SmackDown a 3-hour show now on Fox. So they kind of flipped it on us to where they're dropping Monday Night Raw down to 2, but giving SmackDown an additional hour. So do you think if they were to make cuts from the Monday Night Raw roster, do you think maybe SmackDown will pick them up? Or do you think that'll give the lower to mid card talent that's on SmackDown, do you think that'll give them some much needed TV time?
No telling, bro. I hope they don't release anybody. I hate to see that, but you know. Then again, like I said, it is kind of starting to become a bloated roster, especially filling it up with all these NOI family members. So, I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me, but I hope not. So
maybe that's why they're going to be cutting. They got to pay the
NOI
family. They just got a open line credit account to the Rock and Roman.
I heard they're even giving the newborn babies of the NOI family contracts straight out the womb, son. That's what I'm hearing too.
Oh,
so.
you're 30 seconds born. Here, sign this contract for WWE to become a superstar when you're 16 years old.
16, whatnot. So
what is it WWE's doing with collegiate athletes? That next in line scholarship deal that they got going on now. That's what they're actually going to be moving it down to, is the next in line for the Anoa'i family.
I hear number 0, what was his name? Hubert, the guy that passed away from the family, from the Wyatt family. Lance Harper. Luke Harper. I hear I hear he already has a contract at AEW for when he turns of age. I hear he has a job guaranteed, so that's good for him, man. That's something to look forward to. I wish I had a contract guaranteed when I turned 18. I wasn't trying to figure out my life when I turned 18. I knew I was going to go be a wrestler.
Right.
But, so maybe, I don't know. I hope they don't cut no people, but at the same time, it wouldn't surprise me. Business is business.
But like I said, if they get cut, I mean, it's very possible that Nick Aldis could pick him up and say, all right, here, come over here. But then again, you still got the same issue with the bloated roster on SmackDown as well, too. So, I mean,
and then, sometimes it's better for a wrestler to get cut because they can go somewhere and really make something of themselves where they're not they're not getting fed here and not getting TV time here. They can maybe go to another promotion and be featured more. So sometimes, and we've seen that in the past, when a wrestler leaves a certain promotion, they go to another promotion and they just better themselves at that promotion. So it's not always a bad thing. It sounds like it for a second, but it could also be a good thing for certain wrestlers. So, but I hope they don't cut anybody. But at the same time, it is becoming kind of a bloated roster. There's a lot of. I finally saw Cedric. I remember we didn't even know Cedric Alexander was still signed, but he's
apparently he re-signed back in the springtime.
Yeah, so and he's on NXT now with I forgot that guy's name, Jay Malachi, but he's basically his tag team partner right now. So I don't know. I do. I like it. I like 3 hours. I've grown accustomed to it. So I remember back in the day when it was like the War Zone and all that, it was 2 hours. It never felt like it was long enough.
Well, yeah, you had Monday Night Raw, and then which was the first 2 hours.
8 to 10.
Uh-huh. And then the very last was the War Zone.
It was 2 hours back then. The first hour was Raw, then the second hour was, and I'm talking about not like the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
It was the War Zone, and I remember I thought it wasn't long enough. I was
yeah.
like, man, I want more show.
Yeah. That was my bad.
But yeah, so let's get through this. He looks like, man.
Yeah, so speaking of these travel for wrestlers, I hear going to our last topic, a certain brand new signee is kind of having a little trouble with the travel issues.
She seems like a spoiled brat. I'm sorry. I'm just calling it how I see it.
Yeah, so she was on an interview via the Ringers Masked Man show. Apparently, she was complaining that this constant travel schedule with WWE is kind of starting to take a toll on her. She was talking about how, I used to just travel 1 day a week, actually technically twice, show up day of show, and fly out the earliest as I could the following morning, So she kind of got a little too spoiled with that easy work life with AEW, and now that she's having to travel internationally and be on top of her game there, and then travel back to the States, and then either do a show or media coverage or whatever. So she
ain't wrestling that much, because I mean, we've seen she don't really do very much work in between the ropes.
She's kind of starting to do a little bit more, but she's still
Belair runs the whole match pretty much. Almost. She has gotten in there a little more. I'll give her that. So
yeah, but again, like I said, when Jade first made her debut, she's being presented exactly the same way as she was in AEW. And it's, again, all these fans who are diehard WWE fans are just, oh my God, she's the greatest. And yet they were crapping on her in AEW, just like they're going to do with the Lucha Brothers when they finally debut. So it's nothing new. It's just more bash on the stars when they're in AEW, and then praise them when they make the jump to WWE. So
it is what it is. But I mean, I don't know. Like, she should have maybe kept it to herself. Cause it's like, well, I mean, you're the one who wanted to be in WWE, but
you're the one saying, oh, you needed to grow more and do all this other stuff that you couldn't wait around and
growing
AEW
more means being on the road more. So apparently, so I don't know. I don't know. I could just, and I may be calling it wrong. She could be maybe great, but she does sound a little spoiled. Like she wants all the glory and not put in the work. And I could be wrong about that. I could be. I don't know her personally, so
these are just our opinions, just us being wrestling fans and just kind of noticing things and just things that we hear across the good old webiverse out there, that is the internet. So all we do is just find these stories.
This is just just have our commentary, our opinions. This is our commentary. This is not factual stuff. So, but well, that's all we got for now, man. You look like you're tired. You're ready to just go to Two Sheet Island, bro.
Man, yeah, I'm about ready to go hit my CBD pen, put my heating pad on my back, maybe eat a popsicle. And
hit the hay.
Hit the hay, yeah.
Well, thank you, people. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Once again, thank you guys for joining us. Make sure you help us jumpstart that algorithm by interacting with us in the comments. And for SP, I am Dropkick Zombie. Good night, everybody. Later.
We two loony guys catching eyes with our hype, talking pro wrestling, making all the fans unite. In the ring we swing like a rhyme.